What's happening, Pandas? Peter von Panda here. Hey, I guess it's gun day down on the ranch. And I picked this up. It's a WOLFROAD BoreSighter. It's a laser BoreSighter, and I'm going to unbox it here. I want to show it to you. And the reason I picked this up is I actually have a laser bore sight, but it's in the shape of a 223 bullet, and you put it in, or cartridge, I should say, and you put it in the chamber, and it kind of shines the laser down the barrel. I thought those would be the best, because you've got the barrel kind of focusing the light too, but I'll tell you what, that thing sucks. I mean, I guess it kind of works, but it doesn't work that well. It seems, even though a 16-inch barrel, you would think, a laser light going down that barrel would be pretty accurate. I mean, I guess it is kind of off. So anyway, looks like it comes with 6 batteries here. AG13s, and here is the laser bore sight. And the reason I picked this one up is this one goes in the end of the barrel. It, as you can see here, has kind of a long, slender, rod here on the back end. Looks like you put the batteries in here, and then on the front you have a laser that shines out. Now, I actually thought these would be, less accurate, but I guess, in terms of what people like, these are the ones that guys who use them to sight in rifles and zero scopes actually really like. So I thought I'd give it a try because this thing was actually only about 20 bucks, under 20 bucks. And so I really liked that it was cheap and I could try it out without breaking the bank. Looks like it comes with a little Phillips head screwdriver. Looks like it comes with a little Allen key here. Here is, looks like the cap. You put the batteries in here and then kind of load the cartridge. There's a little screw here. I'm assuming that is used back here. Kind of looks like it fits in the butt end here. Because then I think these are little spacers for different size barrels. You can see here they seem to be kind of a hard rubber, and these will fit in to different size barrels so that this is centered in the barrel, which is cool, but it also requires that the laser on the front end is shooting very directly out. So I want to show you here is I shouldn't trust my lying eyes. For whatever reason, this one looks bigger than that one, but I should have read the numbers here, 22 cal, and then it stops at 27 and then goes up, and that wouldn't make any sense that the larger caliber would use a smaller piece. So you actually are going to use the smallest end piece, and that's going to fit into the barrel. Now, I do want to point out here, the length of this is necessary to kind of get through any muzzle break you have. But what you can do, need to clean that a little bit, is if you tighten this down, this flares out more. So the more you tighten it down, the more it flares out to fill, a larger diameter. Now, I don't have it kind of riding up on this sleeve right there because it's not, this is the smallest caliber, because I'm a lady. The other thing I've noticed is that it appears that the best alignment, at least from the factory on this one, is when this part, the battery case here, is facing straight up. And you kind of want to make sure that it's pressed in the back here so that it's centered there as well as centered there. And now this rifle I have taken to the range, and it is zeroed at 50 yards. And so this may be tough, but I want to see if we can get a shot through the scope on this rifle, looking through the reticle, and looking at where the laser dot is shining. Now, we're not going to be able to get out to 50 yards here. It's going to be more like 25 because I'm limited with real estate here. But I want to see if they are pretty close, because obviously they're not going to be perfectly aligned, but if they're pretty close, that's going to save you a lot of time zeroing. All right, guys, so this is going to be a little janky, but I've got, my camera pressed up to this, I think it's the Bushnell AR optic, 1 to 4 power, and I've got it on 4 power so that you can see the the illuminated reticle, and I've actually turned it down to the lowest but illuminated sight. You can see that kind of faint red circle, and you can obviously, hopefully, see the little laser dot there. And while, you know, it's not right on the center of the circle where, you know, the bullet land would be, it's within spitting distance of it, and I think that's going to make a huge difference when you're at the range trying to zero rifles, because if you can get it that close, then it's just a matter of kind of dialing it in a little bit. And that was the problem. You know, if I were to go back to the range, and what the problem was last time is I only had small targets. What I should have had is a big white sheet of paper, because when you put a bunch of small targets up there, it's hard to see where your bullet hits are, and especially if the target has a bunch of holes in it already that you're not covering up, it's hard to know what hole is yours. So this is going to make it a lot easier. I combine that with the tip of taking a big clean sheet of paper to do your zeroing. I think is going to be a big help. So this is definitely going to be my range buddy the next time I go, and I think it's going to save me a ton of time. So check it out. I'll put a link to it in the description. One very cheap laser bore sighter. Peter von Panda, out.